Hello, my name is Abdurrahman bin Nordin.
Hello, my name is Awangku Nur Faris.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Reza bin Ramli.
Okay, the answer for the question one is the two executive react differently on the same job is because of several factors. Because the first factors is their physical health. When they exercise regularly and maintain their healthy lifestyle, they can produce much energy to cope with the stress. The second factors is the strategies in coping with the stress. Firstly is when they're seeking support from others or with their families, friends, and others, they can um, they can cope with the stress. And the lastly is uh, personality itself, possibly the most important reason people experience different levels of stress when faced with the same stressor, whereby the individual with low neuroticism experience lower stress level is because of their less prone to anxiety, depression, and negative emotion. And extrovert are less stressed than introvert because of the high degree of positive thinking, interaction with others that neutralize the stress in them. And lastly, people with positive self concept where they there is the strong optimism cause them to think positive. The question for question 1B is first is by is to remove the stressor. There are types of five types of to remove the stressor is flexible and limited work time. Where for limited work time, the worker will go to the work at 8 a.m. and will finish their work at 5 p.m. where they do not have a variety of work time, and they just follow what have been stated on the rules where they can finish at 8 a.m. and finish at 5 p.m. And for flexible, for example, the lecturers who have morning who have afternoon classes, they can come to the university at 10 a.m. and will go home at 5 p.m. For lecturers that have morning classes, they will go as usual at 8 a.m. And second is job sharing. Job sharing is whereby the two workers in the same position will divide the work equally, and eventually it will ensure that they experience less stress because they share the work and or the burden equally. Third is telecommunicating, whereby rather than face to face with other workers, they can just communicating with others in phones or email. And the number four is personal leave, where workers having stress or problem, they can just take personal leave and either solving the personal problem or just having holidays with their families. And last is child care support, where organization should provide on-site childcare facilities. It is to prevent from the employees to rush down on dropping their children and less worried on what their children are doing, because they can just go to the facilities near the organization and look after them.
For the question 2, in jam situations, I can say that he is having acute time limited type of stressor. Acute time limited stressor can be defined as stresses that are given in a controlled environment such as a lab. In jam situations, he is given stress in the construction site that he works in. In acute time limited traces, he stated that you are also being forced to do something you don't like. As we can see in Jam's situations, Jam's being prevented to do work too quickly. The two colleges that prevent him to do the work are also using trade to make James feel more uncomfortable in the working environment. As in my observations, the most effective stress management for James is to use the individual approaches whereby he can increasing social support network. He can have the support from the top management and fellow employees. For example, he can ask for advice from the employees and also from the employers. The next stress management he can use is behavioral techniques, where James can learn to react differently. He also can ignore the threat from his two colleagues that who are trying to stop him from doing his job.
So lastly, for the question 3, it was stated that the employees having a hard time to balance their work time and their personal life. So here, there's an initiative to ease their problem. Okay, the first one is by giving them a flexibility and a limited work time. Okay, here, the flexibility of the schedule can be given to the employees in order for them to be scheduled with their personal life. For example, if they're having a family time or gathering with their friends, they can be given permission to have a day off for the given time to meet their friends. For the work time, the limited work time can be cut down into shorter than what they are expected to be worked. For example, Malaysia system for the fixed working time is 8 hours per day. So here it can be shortened into 6 or 5 for them to be ease their burden and balancing their work time and personal life in their daily life. So the second initiative is by having a job sharing. It is a split a career position between two people that they experience less time, less stress between work and family. Meaning to say here, for example, an accountant given a task, it can be done by two people so that it will less the burden and work time to done and finish the work given. They are typically work different parts of this week with some overlapping work time in their weekly schedule to coordinate activity. It can be said here that they are helping each other to covering up their tasks. So this, by doing this strategy, that they can have the ability to work part-time in jobs that are naturally designed for full-time responsible. So by going through this initiative, it can ease likely the burden of the employees that having hard time in balancing their life, work time.
That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.